Ladies and gentlemen, viewers, good evening. Thank you for tuning in. Good day, depending on where you come watching from. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Labinjo El-Shamah, and I'm just doing a quick video. Sorry, it's an amateur video because I haven't really started my proper YouTube channel and online channels. So please bear with me. I'm doing a quick video regarding the Adeleke, Davido, and Labinjo and the young girl Anu paternity issue, and the video made by Dr. Deji Adeleke, Davido's dad, a few days ago, which has been on a few major media channels, online. First of all, my view is ideally Dr. Adeleke shouldn't have been the one to come out to address this matter. It should have been Davido, who is now a fully fledged adult, and it shouldn't be Dr. Adeleke talking regarding this. Ideally, if Labinjo's dad had been alive, it would have been him, and that's Dr. Deji Adeleke and Labinjo's dad talking, in addition to maybe Ayo and David Adeleke being, present, so to say, maybe whenever, if necessary. That's one. And two, regarding the DNA issues, I believe Dr. Adeleke, because I see him as a respectable person, is a man that feels God, I believe, but something doesn't just, it looks like it needs to, be brought to a conclusion, and it hasn't been brought to a conclusion. To start with, another thing is Anu's surname is Adeleke. It's not been. Dr. Adeleke didn't mention that they have asked Ayo Labinjo not to use that surname for Anu, the young girl. It might just be in the interest of not having to make fuss over something that can just be left. So to say. But other media platform or channel, particularly Aunty Adunni reality show, has addressed this in detail. I stumbled on this her video. Her videos tend to be quite lengthy, so I don't watch them. I skip through them sometimes. Just skip from one point to the other. But she's addressed them in detail, and I wouldn't want to say much about that. A lot of things have been said, and ideally, Dr. Deji Adeleke, I respect you. You're an elder brother to me. And I respect you. Ideally, Dr. Deji Adeleke, please, let this DNA test be done in the most transparent manner possible. According to the Bible, I've tried to look for this scripture over the months, but have not been able to locate it. But if I come across it, I'll put it in my description section on this video. It's a portion of the Bible that talks about if a man makes a woman pregnant, and that's the very first conception from the seed of that man, and the man denies the woman and the child, so to say, mainly denies the child. It's a phrase that says he's your firstborn, and he's talking about God not being pleased about it. So that's based on that. And also, I'd like to tell you a little story here. When I was, my dad was quite adulterous, unfortunately. From when I was in primary school, when I became aware, until when I was 18, when he left home. So really, my mom told us a story as children some time ago, and it's regarding the place where my dad lived. Interestingly, Ileolunloyo, that's only a family house somewhere in Ibadan. My dad lived there sometime, and it looks like he made out with a woman. Obviously, she's not educated, and whatever, she got pregnant, and maybe my dad just walked away, so to say. Obviously, she must have told him at a point in time that she was pregnant, maybe, So because my mom said whenever she passed by that house in that area, the woman would say, in other words, in English, remind daddy to remember us as well. And my mom said the child, was a replica of my dad. Ojo Tori Torini, So generally speaking, the environment where we grew up, you as Yoruba and generally Africans, it's that woman that will be seen as the one who a man made pregnant and didn't want. So it's more like the woman's shame, so to say. But having attended MFM for about 20 years, I'm not a member of MFM. And even though things are going round about MFM and the pastor and all that, I would personally want to say it probably is not all true. I don't know whether things have changed since, I was never a member of MFM, but I did MFM prayers, partook of MFM prayers and doctrines for more than 20 years because I had spiritual warfare, I needed spiritual warfare and I had deliverance issues. So really, for having listened to teachings of Dr. Olukoya, I gained some understanding. And I just thought, if only I had known, if I had this sermon, around that time my mom was telling us that I would have just told my mom that, Mommy, talk about it Sunday, mama. So I told that woman, Mama, talk about it Sunday, Niki brother, wasilewa, brother wasilewa. And I would have made sure my dad looked after that child. Anyway, so that's that. So regarding, I even said to my daughter some time ago, because I mentioned it to my daughter, who is now about Davido's age, I said to her that, okay, because I'm on Aunty Adunni reality show this night, I came across, she said something about, I even came across, in fact, Dr. Kemi actually said it apparently. Dr. Kemi on her posts on Facebook did say things like, Davido said she didn't want a child of, let me just call her a loose woman in that sense, from Ashewa being that it was an Olubadan's son. That she said she would, she would withhold the name. That's Dr. Kemi Lawyer. So in the same manner, so it doesn't matter. So I said to my daughter, I said, my dad was able to access her canal, even though she was uneducated, probably a disadvantaged woman. But when it became pregnancy, he walked away, so to say. They all wanted to have white wedding in those days, so to say. And that's how some men buy problems for their future family, not even just the wife, even for themselves. If they encountered some diabolical women or even families, they will just fire them arrows, that's all. And that's how the kids pick up battles. Maybe the woman, passes on, or the man himself becomes useless, or something, things just go wrong. So there's a manner not to treat some issues. If the manner Davido saw this young lady, that's Labinjo, is that maybe she's not up to his standard, so to say, or she was not in a good place character-wise, as at that point in time. People have a past, so to say. Generally speaking, everybody has a past. But now that it's become a child has come into it, conception has come into it, the best way to deal with it is to, I wouldn't say don't take the child from the mother. No, I wouldn't agree to that, please. You're saying that Dr. Deji Adeleke saying in one of the videos that, okay, this is a child, if it's a child and the DNA test proves that has proven that it's a child, then what we'll be having to do is for paternity, custody battle, so no, please. You won't take the child from that woman. She might never have another child. She might never have another offspring, So that's not the way to deal with it. No, that would be, let's just leave it as that. Let me not say it all. So really, regarding that, it doesn't matter how, where she was at when the, how would I put it, when they made out, but now, a child has been involved, an offspring. It's best to just sort it out. Whichever way, the best way, the way that will be pleasing to God, and that's a Christian doctor, Deji Adeleke. Thank you for that. Now, regarding Kemi Oluloyo, Dr. Kemi Oluloyo, the people say she's mad, she's this and that. Like I did mention earlier on, my dad lived in Oluloyo family house somewhere in Ibadan. I don't remember the area because I don't think I've ever been there. But we used to say Lawyer, and he used to say Molulu. That's obviously my dad was born in 1932. Late Dr. Omolulu Lawyer was born maybe about 2 years later. So my dad's a bit younger. My dad is a bit older than him, But whichever way, he used to mention Molulu, So when we were hearing Dr. Omolulu Lawyer's name, we knew that that's him. My dad was talking about. Anyhow, so regarding, Dr. Kemi Lawyer has mentioned that a few times online that her family church is St. David's Church Kudeti, which is now St. David's Cathedral Church Kudeti. I want to say Dr. Kemi Lawyer, which is Kemi, I'll call her Kemi. She talks about, she's not mad, it's just some things she puts across regarding her mom and that. When I'm ready to tell my story online, as long as God permits me, as much as God permits me to tell of it, I wouldn't say certain things. It's not. I mean, that's not the way I would tell my story. But I'm not blaming her. I didn't go through the kind of trauma she went through. But obviously, I've been through destiny manipulation within my own family as well. So, which is put me in the battles that took me to MFM. But let's just put that aside. That's a story for another time. So, really, Dr. Kemi Olunloyo is not insane. She might have had traumatic journey in life. Trauma through her journey in life. To start with, the church. As at the point in time when we were attending St. David's Church, Kudeti, Ibadan, the only reverend I didn't know his surname, let me just say it clearly, is the man that had under tribal mark, dark-skinned reverend, and his wife was like light-skinned and she had the same tribal marks. I wouldn't want to tell the story for now, but what happened was, on my way home with my younger sister, we were under 10 then, we were both under 10. My younger sister is about 3 years younger than me, 3 years plus younger than me. Something happened and she was telling me off and, but anyhow, from what happened and when I told my mom how she dealt with it, took me to her and all that, I could tell as an under 10-year-old, a child or younger, a girl child under 10 years old, that something diabolical was going on. So Dr. Kemi Olunloyo is saying that the witches, some of the people have to attend witch meeting, St. David's Church could but yeah, possibly something was going on about that time. And also my own academic destiny, my life's journey was attacked, was under attack. So maybe at that point in time, there were diabolical things going on at St. David's Church, Kudesi, but I wouldn't say still the same now. Thank you for that. So really, and also regarding, then people making comments about Dr. Kemi Olunloyo not being sane or something's wrong with her head, this and this and that. She has mental issues or mental health issues. Another thing is when one day my dad came home, I don't remember what age I was then, and said, can you call someone Mololu? That something happened to Mololu's son. Like we said, they say, that some people attacked them, they hit the boy child's, Dr. Mololu's son's head with a hammer. Dr. Kemi talks about there being a fire. People said that they can't fire and all that. But my dad's version was that they used a hammer. And my dad actually said something that that child has become the opposite of valid for life, the opposite of the word valid. I'm trying to be respectful here. And sometimes when I started coming across Dr. Kemi Olunloyo online, I recognized his surname. I didn't know her, I never met her in church. I never saw her, but I knew some of her cousins. So regarding that confirmed the story, So what she went through, how her siblings persecuted her, how her mom persecuted her, I don't know much about it. We were not close to them. My dad lived in the family house when he was growing up before he was married and before we knew, before we came to be, So that's about that. So really, Dr. Kemi might have gone through a lot of trauma, been through a lot of trauma in life, but obviously it's the manner she puts her experience across. That's the way I haven't lived that experience in life, even though I know that even within my own family too, I experienced destiny manipulation, which puts me in the place of spiritual battles I'm still fighting at this age. But I thank God for taking me to MFM, where I was able to at least deal with a lot of things, So regarding this matter, I'm going to put depending on which social media platform, I wouldn't put it on YouTube, but I'll put Aunty Adunni reality show link, which has more detailed analysis and comments of people regarding this Davido, David Adeleke, and Labinjo, the mother of young Anu, about who paternity issue is going on, has been going on for years. About which Dr. Deji Adeleke, that's Davido's dad, spoke online. Said he was having a press conference online a few days ago. That's about the much I'm saying, but honestly, Dr. Deji Adeleke, I put some comments online, which is not video. Agbanya dale, kolon ma munyon you, and on another note, Davido is not behaving himself. Okay, let me say there is a pattern of multiple marriages in the family. I would want to say maybe with due respect, it started as maybe it just happened. Let me say it started as things just happened. But now with the next generation, it's now becoming like a pattern, and you don't want it to continue that way. Really, being a Christian is a pattern that should be broken, and Davido particularly has not behaved himself really, and it has to stop. I mean, like, it has to stop. But thank you everybody for tuning in. Please, Dr. Deji Adeleke, you're a very respectable and highly successful man. I respect you. I've never looked down on you as a person. I've never kind of I have no reason to condemn you. I mean, to start with, Agbani, Kilo Komi, Kima Bagbawi. But when this came up, I just felt compelled to do a video. So please, sir, let's have another paternity test done transparently, so, because honestly, personally, just with the fear of God in mind. I mean, go matter in the club. That's where she was at. I mean, I was not asking Davido to marry her, and that was her past. And with Christians, things happen. So please, and people who have been calling your Labinjo names, please stop doing it. It's not right and it's not fair. It's not right, it's not fair. That's her past, and that's where she was at, and she has to move on with her life. And interestingly, she could be happily married in future if Jesus tarries. So please, Adedeji, I mean, I'm actually mentioning Adedeji elders in my post online before Dr. Deji Adeleke, because before his video, which he called the press conference a few days ago. But this as far as I come. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thanks for bearing also with my with my Aunty video. That's best I can do that because I don't have a studio set up and I'm not really ready to go full swing regarding things of this sort. Thank you. God bless us all. Please ensure that this is since it's properly resolved. Let us get to the bottom of this because, and also I'm saying again, why is the Adeleke family allowing I know to be Adeleke surname? I know probably, well, there must be something to it. As people have been saying, all the stipends being given to Ayo being, allowed to I've been told that Dr. Deji Adeleke is a humanitarian, and he even said it in his own videos, but like people who have analyzed an Aunty Adunni reality show, she is quite an analyst regarding that, and that's not my field, so really it's covered better there. I'll put the link for the videos that on LinkedIn. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. God bless. Ayo, I would also like to say to you, as a mother, as a sister, as a woman, be strong. Kò sí nǹkan tó wà ń bẹ̀, ibi tó wà nígbà tí club ló ti ń ṣe ń gbà kò mátà, ó ṣẹlẹ̀ náà ni. Lift up your head, raise your head, ignore all the negative comments and all the insulting comments. Look unto Jesus. Like forgetting things that are behind. I pray that we get to the bottom of this paternity issue. If indeed, I know it's Davido's daughter, well, it will be resolved by the grace of God because God's hand will be in it. But don't let anything people are saying on the comments, negative comments people are saying online, insulting comments, just brush them off, So focus on God and be deep in prayer. Be deep in prayer and raise a child in the way of God. Deep. If possible, go for thorough deliverance. God bless you. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Bye. Thank you. Bye.